for the bullet point.
Welcome to Market Tea Tuesday,
where the tea is always hot.
Happy Tuesday!
Happy Tuesday.
Listen, the market has been heating up. I have heard multiple offers on houses.
Yeah.
When those rates go down even a little bit, it puts market confidence. And I think it's so important to note that, because if these rates go down more, guess what? It's going to be so hard to get into house.
Yeah. And I did see, I don't know if you saw, but the strongest buyer markets, Florida, a couple of states are obviously up there, right? But Florida's the number one buyers state with the buyers market.
Yeah. And I think, we do see things sitting on the market a little bit longer, but you got to consider condos too. I think it's a big thing of that. Yeah. We're still not sure where rates are going to be right now, just because we're really unconfident on the CPI and PPI, which is like your inflation numbers.
Right.
It's good enough to keep the Fed on the track for September rate cuts, but I don't know, to be honest with you. It's like a crapshoot at the moment. So the market did respond to that because they really thought it was a 99% sure, but I don't think the market is as confident right now.
Okay. So it's still, you're thinking that, because I know I've gotten calls from agents and clients saying, oh, the rates are going to be, we're expecting 4 cuts by the end of the year.
Well, and just remember that those rate cuts don't necessarily mean
absolutely
mortgage rates go down too.
Yes, but I think there's enough out there to give the indication that, like, hey, if there is a rate cut, that is an indicator that mortgage rates are going to be trending downward as well. So I think people are just a little bit more educated these days. So they know, or at least the people that I've been talking to, they know that like these Fed rates cuts are not necessarily mortgage, but
and some big points to really point out, some big investors and big money people out there. Warren Buffett actually has to disclose occasionally, like where he invests his money and so forth. Mm-hmm. And he actually just did some pretty big investments into D.R. Horton and Lennar, which puts confidence. I mean, it's Warren Buffett, he's not gonna invest in
which is interesting. Right. I find that interesting. I didn't know that, because builder confidence is actually at an all-time. I mean, it's the third lowest since 2012.
Yeah, but we're in a different market. But the thing is they're going to sell the houses. They're going to build up. They're going to go back up. And so if Warren Buffett's investing in it, it's a good thing for us long term, just to really instill in people. And then another thing too is that JP Morgan Chase actually really invested heavily into UWM and Rocket. So when big companies and big investors are investing in these things, it means that they're not concerned about our housing market. Because I don't know about you, but that type of money, they're not playing with. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that gives us confidence too in the industry, right? To like buckle up and get all your processes in line, so that when we do start getting busy, everything's streamlined. Which I think is right now is a great time to kind of make sure all of that is.
And I know the top question we get, because everybody is somehow hearing it on TikTok and Google and all the things, is they're like, oh my gosh, short sales foreclosures, but just 1% of the U.S. mortgages are underwater. Like in 2009, 23%. And that was after the housing crisis, So it's 1%. Like people are going to keep their houses. Mortgage companies are working with them. Of course, there's some that aren't, and some that are just in really bad situations, or lost jobs and just can't get back on their feet. But to be honest with you, we're not in that crazy market where we're seeing foreclosures and short sales like crazy.
Right. And I do want to highlight Cape Coral and Lakeland as being 2 of our Florida markets that are in that, mortgage underwater. And we have to take a look at why, right? And I think hurricanes had a lot to do with that.
Jobs too.
Yeah. So don't get so hung up on that. I don't a market. It's almost like people kind of want to see it. I'm like, it's not going to happen. And the guidelines are there to protect you as homeowners too. Even if you were to refinance, you can't take all your equity out. You have to leave money in there. So you have to leave some of the equity in there. So all that's done with,
But I know everybody keeps saying lowest rate since October. Just remember, rates in October were still in the 6s. We are seeing things that we can buy down to mid to low 6s. We're not in 5s without buying down significantly on conventional. Hometown Heroes is back and the rates are pretty good. Just a reminder that that money is not free. That money does not get forgiven or anything. So it's important to note on that.
Yeah. So just when if Florida Hometown Heroes is a product that you want to explore, just know what your 5-year plan-ish looks like. Because like Ashley said, that money is due once you sell or refinance the home.
Yeah, it's important to know. But we're in a good spot still for buyers. Again, when rates come down, you're not going to be able to get these closing costs. On average, we're having, I think 7 out of 10 of my contracts have at least 3% seller concessions. And some I'm seeing 4 and 5 and 6%. So don't be afraid to ask for it. Again, there are properties that get multiple offers, so you're not going to get it. But, there's a lot of properties that still are sitting and the sellers need to sell. So
yeah. And if you're an agent and you're negotiating seller credits, make sure that you talk to your lender as far as like what's your maximum amount that you can negotiate for your buyer. Because every loan product does have different capped amounts. So, and Ashley and I have the best cheat sheet. So make sure if you want one, reach out to us. We'll get it to you.
Yeah. And a big thing in Florida right now is condos too. So I think that's another thing. We have resources to help you know whether your buyers can buy these condos or not. And again, there's some things we won't know until we get everything from the HOA, but there's some preliminary questions we can have you ask, as well as looking up in what's called the condo project manager. That lenders have access to in order to see if this condo has been declined for any reason, especially with all the changes. So please reach out to us. Let us be a resource to you, of value. Even if your clients are going to buy new builds, for example, we're not going to have them walk away from the 3.99 rate that they're offering them. Like, let us review the documents complimentary for them, make sure that what they're getting is good for them and nothing's being hidden, because it's just the right thing to do.
Yeah. And I think it'll do our moral compass good. So
absolutely. Yeah. And if you guys need anything, please use us for your advantage. We are here for that. Any questions, reach out to us so that we can help you and your buyers.
Yes, we will be here on Tuesdays. Every Tuesday.
We look forward to next Market Tuesday. And we'll announce anything that comes out this week. And we're really excited.
Yes. All right. Well, you all have a great rest of your day.
Have a good week.
Bye.